大家好，欢迎你回到 CHI 213的频道，我是高老师。今天我们要开始学第11课对话2。第11课说什么？天气。Hey everybody, this is Gao 老师 and welcome back to CHI 213 pre-class videos. In this video, we're going to focus on Lesson 11, Dialogue 2. If you do what the video asks you to do, you will be able to accomplish the following learning objectives. Number 1, you'll be able to read, understand, and pronounce, using correct tones, all of the assigned vocab words for next class's in-class quiz. Number 2, you'll be able to read and fully comprehend on your own all of Lesson 11 Dialogue 2. And number 3, you'll have a basic understanding of the dialogue's main grammar points, and there are 2 that we'll be focusing on. 准备好了吗？好的，我们开始吧。So let's begin preparing for the next class session by first listening to the audio of our new vocab words from Lesson 11 Dialogue 2. And please try your best to mimic the pronunciation of the speaker out loud.
Lesson 11, Dialogue 2, Vocabulary.
那么
indicating degree, so, such.
好玩
Fun, amusing, interesting,
非常
very, extremely, exceedingly,
糟糕
A terrible mess. How terrible.
下雨
to rain,
又
Again.
面试
to interview, interview,
回去
To go back. To return.
冬天
winter,
夏天
Summer.
热
hot,
春天
Spring.
秋天
autumn, fall,
舒服
Comfortable.
加州
California.
Please go back now and listen to this audio at least 2 more times, repeating out loud what you hear. Now that we've listened to the audio of our new vocab words, it's time to move on and listen to the audio of the textbook dialogue. To follow along in your own book, just turn to page 17.
Lesson 11, Dialogue 2. The weather here is awful.
英爱，纽约那么好玩，你怎么在网上没出去？
这儿的天气非常糟糕，
怎么了？
昨天下大雨，今天又下雨了。
这个周末这儿天气很好，你快一点回来吧。
这个周末纽约也会暖和一点儿，我下个星期有一个面试，还不能回去。
我在加州找了一个工作，你也去吧。加州冬天不冷，夏天不热，春天和秋天更舒服。
加州好是好，可是我更喜欢纽约。
Please go back now and listen to this audio at least 2 to 3 more times, just to make sure you can fully understand what both Gao Wenzhong and Bai Ying'ai are saying. Now that we've listened to the audio of our new vocab words and of the textbook dialogue, it's time to begin reviewing all of those new vocab words from Lesson 11, Dialogue 2. And one of the best methods you can use is flashcards. So to begin using Quizlet's free flashcards, all you need to do is scan the QR code on the screen here or click on the link below in the description section of the video. Let's look at the first grammar point in Lesson 11, Dialogue 2. This is how the grammar point appears in the textbook dialogue. Bai Ying'ai says, 昨天下大雨，今天又下雨了。Here we want to focus on the adverb yo. The adverb yo means again, and it's used to indicate the recurrence of an action that usually has happened in the past. Yo, as an adverb, is always placed before the verb, and in sentences with yo, usually you're going to see the le particle. Let's practice. 昨天早上下雪，今天早上又下雪了。If we wanted to translate this sentence into English, well, the first part of the sentence would mean, it snowed yesterday. Today, this morning, it snowed again. The adverb yo here is to indicate the recurrence of an action. And here in this sentence, that action being snowing. 妈妈上个星期给我打电话，这个星期好怎么用又 We could say 这个星期又给我打电话了 Right, so my mom called me last week, and this week she called me again. It's a completed action. It's happened in the past. We need the le particle at the end. 中文怎么说？他昨天复习了第8课的语法，今天又复习了。Again, the adverb yo here is emphasizing the repetition or the recurrence of an action. And it's an action that's already been completed. So oftentimes, in sentences that use yo, you will see the le particle. 好，我们来练习。Using yo, try to combine the sentences below to create a new one to indicate that something has happened again. You may want to pause the video here because I'm about to give away the answers. 第一，今天我妈妈又给我打电话了。Right, today my mom called me again. 第二呢，这里今天又下雪了。So here, today, it snowed again. So perhaps at this point you're wondering, hey, wait a minute. Haven't we studied another character that also means again? And you're right. In Lesson 9, in CHI 114, we did encounter the character here on the right-hand side of your screen, which is pronounced 在, and it also means again. So yo and 在 both mean again. They can be translated as again in English. However, their usage is different. So yo, as we've been emphasizing here in this pre-class video, indicates repetition of an action that usually has happened in the past. 在, on the other hand, is used to express an action that will happen again in the future. So an easy way to understand the usage of both yo and 在 is to look at this timeline below. In the middle, we have 现在, meaning right now. So if an action was going to happen again, if it was repeated in the past, which character would we use here? 很好. We would use yo. What about here? We would use 在. Yo is used to indicate the repetition of an action that has happened in the past. 在 is used to suggest that an action will happen again in the future. 我昨天去跳舞了，我想明天晚上再去跳舞。So in this sentence here, notice that we're using the adverb 在. Why? Because it's talking about an action that's going to happen in the future. I danced yesterday, and I want to go and dance again tomorrow night. 中文怎么说？这个图书馆不错，明天我要再来这儿看书。So again, the action that's going to happen again is going to happen in the future. 明天. So the most appropriate adverb to use here would be 在. Now you try. Look at the three sentences below and choose either yo or 在 to create a grammatically correct sentence. Please pause the video here because I'm about to give away the answers. 第一，我上个周末去跳舞了。昨天我又去跳舞了。There's two things that should tell you here that yo is the most appropriate adverb to use. Number one, we have the time phrase 昨天, meaning yesterday. So whatever happened, it happened in the past. Number two, we've got the grammar particle la at the end. Yo usually goes with la. So it should tell you that here you're going to want to use yo. 好，第二呢？我昨天去跳舞了，我想明天晚上再去跳舞。So this was a sentence that we saw a couple slides ago. Here, again, the time phrase 明天 should give it away to you. It's a future action. Here we use 在。第三呢，李友12号买了件衣服，15号又买了件衣服，今天16号，他想19号再买件衣服。So the first blank here, where we used yo, is used because, well, this action occurred in the past, right? Today's the 16th. This is the 15th. And also, we've got our la particle. Now, let's look at this part of the sentence. Here we're talking about a future action. It's going to happen on the 19th, so 3 days from now. It's a future action, and it's the repetition of a previous action. So here we're going to use 在. Now let's turn and look at the second grammar point from Lesson 11, Dialogue 2. This is how it appears in the text. 白英爱 says, 加州好是好，可是我更喜欢纽约。So this grammar structure is used to indicate that the speaker agrees with or acknowledges what someone else just said, but they want to add an alternative perspective or emphasize a different aspect. So here in this sentence, 白英爱 is saying, yeah, California's nice, but I like New York even better. 好，我们来练习一下。A 说，那家饭馆挺贵的，你怎么常常去那儿吃饭？ B could say, 那家饭馆贵是贵，可是他们的菜非常好吃。So B is acknowledging that, yeah, that restaurant's expensive, but their dishes that they make are delicious. 好 ，A 说，这件衬衫很漂亮，你买吧。中文怎么说？漂亮是漂亮，可是大小不合适。So here speaker B is saying, yeah, the shirt's pretty, but the size doesn't fit me. It's not suitable. A 说，第11课的语法很容易，你觉得吗？中文怎么说？第10课的语法容易是容易，可是生词太多了。So here speaker B is saying they're acknowledging that the grammar is easy in lesson 10, but they want to add a new perspective. They want to suggest that, yeah, the grammar is easy, but there's way too many vocab words. By the way, one thing to be aware of when using this sentence structure, notice how the adjectives 容易是容易 or 漂亮是漂亮 or 贵是贵 are not preceded by 很. Do not use 很 in this grammar pattern. 好，我们来练习一下. Try to complete the exchange below using this new grammar pattern where appropriate. Please pause the video because I'm about to give away the answers. Number 1. 坐公共汽车麻烦是麻烦，可是很便宜。So here the speaker is acknowledging that, yeah, it's troublesome. It's a hassle sometimes to take the bus, but it's cheap. 第二呢，打车去机场方便是方便，可是很贵。So here the speaker is saying taking a taxi to the airport, yeah, it's convenient, but it's too expensive. 好，第三呢，这件衬衫大小合适是合适，可是样子不好。So here the speaker is saying that, yeah, you know, the shirt, it's suitable, it fits me, but I don't like the style. For additional explanations and examples of these grammar points, please do reference your textbook, the Integrated Chinese Textbook, pages 21 to 24. And for those of you interested in learning more about Chinese characters, especially how to write characters using the proper stroke order, I would strongly encourage you to check out this really cool website, which was created by the Department of World Languages, Literatures, and Cultures at Middle Tennessee State University. The website's pretty simplistic, but also very robust. You can type in any character, and it will not only show you how to properly write that character, but will also let you practice yourself writing the character. And if you get it wrong, it'll have you stop and redo it. Another cool feature of this website is that it'll tell you what the character's radical is. And so to practice using this website, you can simply copy and paste the URL link on this page into your browser, or you can take out your smartphone and scan the QR code. And finally, once you feel comfortable with all the vocab words, the characters, and the grammar points from Lesson 11 Dialogue 2, don't forget to take the Lesson 11 Dialogue 2 pre-class practice quiz in Canvas before our next class session. 好的，谢谢大家，下次见，拜拜。